Welcome to Java JSON, and in this video we are going to talk about collections. And collections is very important topics in Java. So please don't forget this topic and try to cover each and every video because I am going to teach you in the depth of the collections. Okay, so let's start with the collections and we can understand how we can do work with the collections and what are the important points we have to remember it, and how we can see the collections, like how we can use it. So that is also very important. Okay, so we are going to cover each and everything in this video. Okay, so let's just start. Okay, so before going to start, let me conclude like what is the exactly collections and how it will work. So basically collections, if I talk about the collections means what? It's look like something like collecting some data. The name of the collection is nothing but it's a collecting some data. So we can say the collection is a collection of, I will tell you the definition exactly. That collection is a collections of homogeneous matlab means same type of the data, like integer means 1 2 3 4 5, float so something point value. So homogeneous means same type of the data, like array. Okay, similar type of the data. So the collection is a collection of homogeneous, heterogeneous and then duplicate and unique. Unique. Collection is a collection of heterogeneous, homogeneous, unique type of data. What is the meaning of that? The collection is a collection of homogeneous, heterogeneous, duplicate and unique type of the data, that is called a collection. For example, in collection you can put heterogeneous data, homogeneous data. Homogeneous means if you make it type shape, or you can say like no, you have to store only one type of the data, like integer type of the data, then it will store the integer only. Okay, so this is called a homogeneous. If I talk about the heterogeneous means in the integer value only you are giving some float value or maybe some string value. Okay, so that is the combinations of the multiple data which is heterogeneous, like that. What is the duplicate? So duplicate means you have given some 1 value, 2 value, 3 value, again given the 1 and 2. So 1, 2 and duplicate. So we can store this data also. Okay. Unique means it will store the uniquely. Okay. It will not store the duplicate. So in the general terms we are saying collection is a collections of homogeneous, heterogeneous, duplicate and unique type of the data, that is called a collections. And you understood also what is the heterogeneous, homogeneous, unique and duplicate type of the data, right? Okay, right. So this is the thing. If you know about the array, so I already covered the array also. Array. So if I talk about the array, so array is also capable to store similar type of the data, means homogeneous type of the data. So in array you can store 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, but the problem is if you go with the array, the size of the array will be fixed. But if you go with the collections, So there is no limit for that. You can put whatever the value you want to store here. Okay, so that is the uniqueness will make the collection from the array. Okay, I hope you understood. So you have to understood the array, like array is capable to do everything, that is fine, but having some issue, like array does not have any predefined methods. Okay, so let me write some of the differences between them. So array size is fixed. Size is fixed because once you create the array, that time you have to give the size of array, like that. Int arr equal to new int, and you have to specify here size 5 or 10, whatever. That much value only you are able to store inside this array. So that is the fixed size. Okay, but in collection there is no fixed size. There is no fixed size. There is no fixed size. Okay, if I talk about something called array, so array store the homogeneous type of the data. That means similar type of the data. Similar type of the data. That is one difference. I can count it. SIMELAR, similar type of data. Similar type, TYP, type of data. So this is the something called second point. And also array does not have any predefined method to store the data inside this and retrieve the data inside this. So that is very horrible. If you go with the array, you have to write your logic to store the data inside this, and so many problems you have to face while increasing the size of the array. Okay, maybe you can increase it, it is possible. You can create a dynamic array, that is possible, but again you have to copy the existing data inside the new array. So that is the problems. And if you take the large amount of the array, that will also take the lots of the memory. So that is the, like, a space complexity will come. A space complexity issue will come. Other one is like there is no method for, there is no defined, there is no predefined method for array, so that we can store or add value or remove value from the array. We can add, remove, we can get, fetch value from the array. That is not possible through the array. But if you go with the collections, if I talk about the collection means generics I am talking about. Okay, so let's take the two. Okay, any kind of data, any type of the data, you can store, no issue. Data you can store. Okay, in the third point I will cover lots of method. Having collection to operate, to do the operations on collection. So this is really very important. Okay, that's why I have written in the square thing, like uppercase. Okay, so this is the point, you have to remember it. Like when you have to go with the array, if you think I have to store only 5 numbers and in the futures I will not store more than 5 numbers, that is fixed, and this is the similar type, then you can go with the array, and that is the very nice also. But if you think no, I want to add, remove, delete, I have to do some operations, and I want to store the maybe the in the future some data inside this, I have to remove some data inside this, then I will recommend you to go with the collections. Okay, so those are the things you have to keep in your minds while taking the array and while taking the collections. Okay, so this is the two things only. Let me go to the slides. Okay, here if you see in the Java, so Java is a collections of the framework, Java collections framework, so you can say. So generally some people are saying like Java is a collection framework, and someone is saying like it's one of the API, collections API. Someone is saying like it's a data structures in Java. Okay, so there is a different name, but all are the same only, which is the collections. Okay, if you see in the collections, so I will show you. So this is the collections class, if you see properly. Okay, so this is the collections class, and this collection parent is iterable. What is the collection parent? Iterable, right? Iterable is a collections parent classes. So by the way, this is not a classes, it's a interface. So you can see here whatever we have written in the red colors, which is the interface, and whatever we have written in the green color, which is a classes. So collection parent interface is iterable, and collection is also a interface. Okay, collection is also interface, and collections having a further 3 interfaces. So if you know the inheritance, that is the concept we are using here. So iterable is a must parent, and then after child is collections, and collection child is list, queue, and set. So these are the 3 child of the collections, and 3 child having a our different implemented classes. You can say subclasses or implemented classes. So list subclasses or list implemented classes is array list, linked list, vector, stack. Queue is queue implemented classes is priority queue. DQ is not a class, it's an interface, and also you can see array DQ. Okay, array DQ. If you go with the set, so you can see the implemented classes is set, link set, and tree set, and those are the only I have written which is the most important classes, and generally we are using those classes while doing a coding in the like real time. Okay, collection hierarchy in Java. So this is the pictures. Please take a screenshot and put in your desktop, and always try to remember those classes and this hierarchy, because this is very important. If you know about this hierarchy only, then you can take the proper implemented classes for the collections, and then you can start coding on that. Okay, so as of now, if you see, we have a lots of the classes, but I want to do something, and which one I can pick? Lots of the confusion happen here only. Okay, peoples are not understand which collections I have to take, which collection interface I have to go. So this is the main important point here. I will add it, and I will explain also. I will give you some example also. Okay, so if you go with the list, queue, or set, all are doing the same operations, all having a dynamic growable natures, all having a they are able to store and remove the data with the methods. It's able to store the heterogeneous, homogeneous, any type of the data. All are the same only, but the only thing is differentiate with the list and set and queue is If you go with the list, it will store what? Duplicate data. If you go with the set, it will not store duplicate data. If you go with the queue, you can see the queue nature, how queue will work, what is the behavior of queue. Same thing it's implemented here also. Okay, so we have to focus each and every points, and it's a very very important. Okay, I hope it's clear. Okay, so this is the collections hierarchy, so please remember it. Once you remember, then only you are able to start typing a code in the collections, and you can pick any of the implemented classes based on your requirement. As of now, you don't know what the requirement, and how can I take the particular classes, implemented classes, and how can I start doing on that. Okay, so let me tell something like this is will store the duplicate, this will store the behavior of the queue, and this will store the not duplicate data, this will store the unique type of the data. So that is the list, queue and set differences. But if you go inside this list having a 4 implemented classes, 4 classes having a different behavior, different way to store the data. So you have a responsibility to know about those implemented classes differences also. When you take the array list, when you take the linked list, when you take the vector, when you take the stack, you have a clear cut idea in your mind. Then only you can take array list, then only you can take linked list, then only you can take vector or the stack. Okay, so we have some parameters, based on that you have to differentiate this, based on that you can understand, and then after you can pick the one of the proper implemented classes and you can write your code. Okay, let's go forward. So if you see here, collection framework in Java. So in Java, collection is a group of object. Collection is a group of object represented as a single unit. We have a group of the object, but it's representing the single unit. It is a framework that provides an architecture to store and manipulate group of objects. Collections are used to manage a group of the objects that need to be stored, retrieved and manipulated. Okay, so in Java, collection is a group of the object represented as a single unit, and it's a framework that provides a architecture to store and manipulate a group of the object. Collection are used to manage a group of the object that need to be stored, removed and manipulated. So remove, store, manipulated means what? So basically collection is providing some method like add, remove, delete, get. So through that you can do the operations on the particular data. Okay, like array does not have any method, but collection have a method to do the operations. Okay, so those are the differences and those are the main points you can say. Okay, the Java collection framework provides a set of interface. If you see here, the Java collection framework provides a set of the interfaces, classes, algorithms that can be used to represent and manipulate collections of objects. Okay, so basically in the collection frameworks we can see the collections of interfaces and classes. So as of now we have seen just in the before slides interfaces and classes. We can see the some abstract method also, abstract class also, everything. Okay, the framework provides a standardized way to work with the collections of objects, allowing developer to write code that is more efficient, easier to read and easier to maintain. So these are the benefits of the using a collections. What is the benefits? It's a more efficient, easier to read and easier to maintain the code, and that is very very important. Okay, if you see here we have a list, set, map, queue. So here is the simple difference you can see. An ordered collections of the elements that allow duplicates. So just before we have talked about here, like list is a capable to store the and allow the duplicate elements. But if you go with the set and unordered, and one more things you have to remember, list is allow ordered collections. Ordered collection means one by one sequence. So this is called a ordered collections of the element that allow a duplicate. But set not provide the order, it provide the unordered collections of the unique element. So whenever you store the data inside the set, it will not store in the order way, it will store in the unordered way. Means if you put some data into the second time, maybe it will go to the last. So it will do internal sorting, I will tell you later. But as of now it's fine, just understand unordered collections of unique element. Okay, unique element means it will not store the duplicate value. What is the map? A collections of the key value pairs where each key is unique, that is called a map. So in the collections only we can see the one part of map also. So map is also important, and after once we complete the collections, then we can go and check out what is the map and how map will work, and each and everything we can discuss it. Okay, what is about the queue? A collection used to hold element, a collection used to hold element prior to processing with first in first out FIFO ordering. So if you are I think you are aware about the queue behavior. So queue behavior is like first in first out. So if you come first, if you have to go to the first only, you can remove first. So we have a one array and we have to store some data first, so those first data will remove first. So this is the behavior of the queue, we can discuss it also. Okay, so these are the list of the interface, which is list interface. So list interface having some implemented classes, which is array list, linked list, vector and stack, and those all object you are able to store inside the list data types. Okay, because list is a parent, parent interface, and list is a parent interface, so he is capable to store the object of array list, linked list, vector, stack. Same thing here, set is capable to store the data of hash set, link hash set or tree set. Because as of now we have discussed in the like OOPS concept, if you have a inheritance like parent and child relationship, so parent is capable to store the object of the child class, there is no issue in that. Okay, but child is not capable to store the parent class data, so that is the something issue will happen, but we can do it. Okay, so this is the things, I hope you understood. Okay, let me talk about some more about it, the collection framework, in the next video. Thank you so much.